exclusive interview with Group Editor-in-Chief Navika Kumar, Sharmistha Mukherjee slammed the Congress party's treatment of the father Pranab Mukherjee, the late president, and its approach to his memorials, especially when it comes to she accusing the party of a Parivar-first mindset, sidelining stalwarts, and revealed that a Defend Rahul directive is very much prevalent within the party. The interview, which exposes Congress's duplicity and how they belittle long-serving leaders and their contributions.
Joining me on this News Hour special is Sharmistha Mukherjee, daughter of Pranab Mukherjee, erstwhile Congress leader, today a non-party member, a woman who's expressed her opinion on politics very, very clearly. Thank you very much, Sharmistha Mukherjee. And I think it's a day and age when people actually appreciate plain speaking without the niceties. I want to ask you, we spoke a few days ago about this entire issue of how your father, former President of India, former Union Minister, a man who's been held in great esteem across maybe 5 decades of politics this country has seen. We spoke about how he was treated and how the Congress was talking about, various kinds of ways in which the present government has insulted the memory of Dr. Manmohan Singh, former Prime Minister. Today, we are back to the same crossroads. Now, Prime Minister Modi has been thanked by you yourself. You met him yesterday for allocating land for a memorial for Pranab Mukherjee. Do you think this is grace, or do you think this is politics by Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Navika ji, if it is politics by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I would say it's an extremely graceful politics, and perhaps all the politicians of the current generation should abide by this grace. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is a politician. So even if he wants to do politics in this, that's his prerogative. But it's an extremely gracious way. But personally, I feel that there is no politics involved in this, because I have seen the very close bond and the mutual respect that existed between Prime Minister Modi and my father, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. So I think this is something much more beyond politics. Of course, people can talk about the timing. But, yesterday when I met the Prime Minister, he himself said that ये मुझे पहले सोचना चाहिए था. Imagine the graciousness of the Prime Minister, who in a way is saying that I should have done it before. But of course, the Prime Minister has got like millions of jobs, of challenges and responsibilities. And also from our side, from the family, none of us, we asked for it. And in fact, I received a call from the PMO first, asking me that, have you ever written for a memorial? So I said, no, we haven't. So, because my father always used to believe that state honors, which includes a state memorial, it should be offered. You can't demand it. You can't ask for it. So we also never did it. So Prime Minister did it himself. He thought about it himself. So what more gracious can be? And maybe this whole thing, Dr. Manmohan Singh's memorial, maybe triggered a thought in his mind. So perhaps it was a timing only to that extent. But I personally don't think that there is any politics involved in this. Of course, people will say that it's politics. But I personally don't think, and I would again rather say, I would repeat myself, that even if it's politics, it's an extremely graceful politics, and then people should follow it.
Many Congress leaders have come out and commented that there is no legacy of the BJP in itself. So whether it is Sardar Patel or Dr. Pranab Mukherjee, it is almost usurping icons of the Congress that the BJP is doing, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is doing. How would you respond to critics who've said that?
What's stopping Congress from highlighting their legacies and their leaders? What is stopping them? Rather, I would say that, Congress pushes away its icons, Congress pushes away its leaders, I don't know, deliberately or without any intention, just out of sheer negligence, the way they have treated PV Narasimha Rao, who was actually the father of economic reforms. He is the one who introduced Dr. Manmohan Singh and as a finance minister. The way he was treated, the way, I spoke about it a few days before, that there was no CWC meeting, no institutional condolence because of my father. What stopped them from doing it? What stopped them? What is stopping Congress from fully utilizing the legacy of its own leaders, rather than blaming BJP that they are trying to appropriate them?
So why do you think? Why do you think the Congress does not honor its own icons? What really does stop them? What is your insight? After all, you've been in the Congress. You've seen the Congress from close quarters, even during your father's time in the Congress. What stops the Congress?
That is something the Congress has to answer. I read in my father's diary, and which I wrote about it in the book also. I mean, he wrote that in the whole context of de-Nehrufication, let me tell you that my father also did not like the BJP government's attempt, what he termed as de-Nehrufication, and the way, Pandit Nehru's legacies are being criticized. My father was a staunch Nehruvian, so he did not like that. But in that context, he also wrote that Congress is also to be equally blamed, and especially, he wrote this particular line, which is that Sonia Gandhi and her children think that nobody other than their family has done anything for the party or anything for Congress. So, Congress leader. So that is something, the Congress need to introspect. The way, again, I'm saying, repeating this thing of repeating myself, the way they treated PV Narasimha Rao, and who was not just a prime minister, who was a Congress president. That is for me more important, that not allowing the mortal remains of a former Congress president to come inside the Congress headquarters. That is the greatest humiliation you can, a person can be treated with. And tomorrow, today, if the family, they feel grievance against the Congress High Command, and if BJP government gives them that honor, in 2015, the memorial was created by the BJP government. PV Narasimha Rao was posthumously honored with Bharat Ratna by Modi government. So today, if the family feels, indebted to Mr. Modi and his government, so there is nothing wrong in that. That is very human. That's very, very emotional. It's a human emotion.
Sharmistha ji, we spoke last week, and you mentioned the fact that in your father's diary, he had written about the fact that he himself wanted a Bharat Ratna to be given to Dr. Manmohan Singh. Why do you think? Why do you think that entire issue raised by then President to the Congress party never saw the light of day?
Navika ji, I will just tell you what exactly I read, and then I would leave the conclusion for the viewers. Because, there was only one entry where my father wrote that he suggested to the then cabinet secretary that Dr. Manmohan Singh should be given Bharat Ratna because of his stellar achievement. And it was, I still remember, it was 30th October 2013. That time UPA government obviously was in power. So he asked the cabinet secretary to talk to Pulak Chatterjee to ascertain views. Pulak Chatterjee was very close to Sonia Gandhi ji, to talk to Sonia Gandhi ji to ascertain her views about this proposal. So there was just one entry, and after that there was no other entry. So to be very honest, I do not know what was the reason, whether the cabinet secretary, I presume the cabinet secretary must have talked to Pulak Chatterjee because that's the president's direction. And perhaps Pulak Chatterjee also talked to Sonia ji. But what was the response? Why it didn't happen? Why there was no further mention of it? For those, I don't have any answer.
But do you think what you said earlier that was stated, in the book that Sonia Gandhi and her children did not like honors to any other congressman because probably the Gandhi family was above all?
If you see it in that context of a particular statement, then maybe yes. But there could be many other perspectives. Gandhi family will have their own perspectives. So it's not right on me to comment on only one particular entry. And the way Gandhi family is making, they are demanding, very rightly so, for a memorial of Dr. Manmohan Singh. But certain issues, Navika ji, as an ordinary citizen, it raises certain questions. The demand for a memorial is extremely. When Dr. Manmohan Singh's Asthi collection ceremony, what I read from the news, not a single Congress leader was present. When the nation is mourning, 7 days national mourning, the leader of opposition and Congress, ex-president of Congress, Rahul Gandhi, whose own party, such a stalwart leader, has passed away, he goes abroad to celebrate New Year's. The sky couldn't have fallen if he would have cancelled his trip. This is the time the party, the Gandhi family, should have absolutely stood by the side. This is a time of immense grief for the party, for the family. I mean, why did he go? I'm asking this question as an ordinary citizen of this country. That why did he go? Why did he have to go? I mean, for what? So what is this? I mean, I'm just asking this question, I don't have any answer. So is this whole demand, is it just crocodile tears? I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, important that you say this about Rahul Gandhi, because this question has been raised by many. But the Congress party always comes out and defends Rahul Gandhi, saying that under him, the party is in revival mode. They've doubled their numbers in Lok Sabha. Unnecessary targeting of Rahul Gandhi takes place. Do you believe it is unnecessary targeting of Rahul Gandhi, or do you think he's doing a good job with the revival of the party?
Navika ji, there are two things. One is any public figure should always be open to questions. I don't have any problem with that, including my father's policies, his decisions. Everything should be open to question even after he passed away. My only objection is that there should not be any abusive language. There should be dignity in public narrative. So it is no harm, and obviously Rahul Gandhi will be questioned, will be targeted by people. Of course, it's credible that the Congress has more than doubled its score in Lok Sabha. From 52, they came to 99. Of course it is. But anyway, that's, I don't want to get into the reasons for that. That's for the political analyst. Whether people voted for Rahul Gandhi or there were some other reasons, that's for the political analyst to comment. But then what happened at Maharashtra? What happened in Haryana? In Haryana, like everybody was 100% sure. So what about the states? Congress is a national party. What about the states? One state after another is just going away. What about the coalition? Everybody within the coalition also now question. And let me tell you one thing, I'm just sharing when as a Congress spokesperson, Rahul ji would just, disappear and we had to go to the media to defend. To be very honest, hum sar pakad ke baith jate the, ab kya bole?
Really, in the media cell, was this an internal discussion when you were the spokesperson?
I don't want to comment about anybody else. But wo mera tha ki, oh my God, ab kya bole? I'm telling this to you. I can't comment about anybody else. That's not fair. But yes, that used to be why. And Congress was going through a very, very crucial phase, It is still. So his frequent disappearances, and he is the face of Congress, no matter what, even if Mallikarjun Kharge ji is the Congress president, but Rahul Gandhi is the face of Congress. So these kind of issues are bound to raise questions, and there is no harm, in asking these questions. This is people's right to ask these questions. And I wish within Congress, there is this serious introspection, and some leaders, they have the guts to ask these questions. But we have also seen when that group of very senior in the organization, and what happened to them, how badly they were trolled by the Congress ecosystem, such senior leaders. So maybe that is a reason within Congress also nobody dares to raise their voice.
Are you talking about the time when Pranab Mukherjee had gone to the RSS and the Bhakt Chelas, and I'm saying this from your social media timeline. The Bhakt Chelas had literally trolled him and called him a Sanghi at that time.
Yes, of course. But I'm talking about also, I think it was G18, the group of 18, when these very senior leaders, including Bhupinder Hooda ji, Anand Sharma ji, Ghulam Nabi Azad ji, all of them. So I think it was called a group of 18.
Yes.
I think if I'm,
yeah.
So I'm talking about that. Of course, when my father went to RSS, that time, and forget about that time, when he went to RSS, to be very honest, even I also, was against it. And I also tweeted against him. He's going to RSS. But later on, when I look back, I think he always used to believe in dialogue. And he told me that, RSS, people of India have chosen an RSS Pracharak as the Prime Minister of the you, in the sense, I was very much in Congress. If Congress chooses to ignore that fact, it's only at your own peril. So he always believed in dialogue. But my whole issue is that even now, and people, this whole ecosystem of Congress, it has totally become rotten. Totally become rotten. The way my father or anybody, the G18, anybody who dare to question the current setup, the Congress quote unquote high command, their association, decades of association with the party, their decades of service to the party and to the nation is totally ignored. Totally ignored. It seems Ramchandra historian Ramchandra Guha was right. Congress has become like a private company under the Gandhis.
Well, can you recall any statement that Pranab Da may have made to you that gave insight into what he thought about the Gandhis?
Well, to be very honest, no, it's not that in terms of making statements to me. But when because he was also knew that, I was fully involved in Congress politics. And my father, as you know, was a very... while reading his diaries, I came to know many things, about his... only one thing, he expressed his unhappiness about very openly with me was how P.V. Narasimha Rao ji was treated. That is the only thing. But any other statement, what he made about Rahul Gandhi, which made a lot of news when my book came out, or these kind of statements that Sonia Gandhi and her children do not think that anybody other than their own family has contributed anything to the party or to the nation. These kind of statements I came to learn only after reading his diaries. He never talked to me while he was alive on these kind of issues.
Sharmistha ji, before I let you go, just one question that I want to ask you. Do you think Prime Minister Modi should have announced a memorial for Dr. Manmohan Singh before announcing one for Pranab Mukherjee da? Because भूल गए थे तो इमीडिएट तो डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी की डेथ के बाद ये डिमांड थी, या दोनों साइमल्टेनियसली ही अनाउंस होने चाहिए थे?
As far as I knew, I got the letter on 1st January, but I did not share it even with my family. I was waiting for the official
confirmation.
Official confirmation of, and as far as I know, I think it was supposed to be announced together. But I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure about it. But the process is that, I have to give a formal consent for the thing. For whatever reason, I think they haven't as yet received any formal consent from Dr. Singh's family. That is my understanding. I mean, so, and that formal consent would be not receiving. That is, I'm guessing, it could be for many reasons. The family is now totally like immersed in grief. So there is nothing to read between the lines. And when I actually went to meet the Prime Minister yesterday, I just wanted to thank him. So that is the time I was told that now you can, as you have come to meet him to thank him, so you can now share it. So I don't think there is any vicious, any nefarious, motive, any political controversy, behind this. So I don't.
तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है.
That's true.
And reactions from the Congress continue to pour in. But as always, thank you very much, Sharmistha Mukherjee, for joining me on the News Hour tonight and bearing your heart in a way on issues that do concern the nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.